Hey, what's up, guys? So, I know it's a lot of guys normally stream in the morning. I'm usually off. I trying to get my mind off things. He's called me yesterday, let me know that my mom passed away uh on Monday or Sunday. She passed away on Sunday. I found out yesterday, and so I just this morning I was gonna go to work. I decided not to. I said, well, I'll go stay home and try to get some things done. Figure got on the game when I got up and well I could stream, get some thoughts out on going in the next weekend this weekend for CC. So that's kind of what going on. I know Dork is streaming right now. We might pop over there to see what he um, as a way to get some ideas on how he went about his attacks, how to match up. But mostly I'll be going over that myself and then probably go into the other attacks this week. I appreciate it, man. There's so much to that because, like, my mom was like, call me all the time, and then I don't know, last year or so, she hadn't been calling that much, so I had to make it a point to call her. I used to call her all the time. The last 10 years or so, she's calling me all the time. So okay, I just call my mom back, but she had not been telling me how her health was fading. It was a couple months ago. I was trying to get her into a home. My sister's been living with her for a few years and telling her how she was gonna move out. And so my mom, she had a stroke about 10 years ago. Um, it took like I think 50% of her eyesight in one eye. The other eye was either a little better or a little worse, and there was some other things. So it put her in a bad way. Um, so uh, she had her health had declined. She finally told me where she was at a couple months ago. So much it was different than what she had been telling me, and it still wasn't, I guess, everything. So she had my niece told me she fell off the couch. I was like, okay, because I knew it was something bad. Because my niece doesn't call me a lot. Sister just call it off. And she usually tells me what's going on. But they took her to the hospital, so she had no broken bones. I said, okay, she had a fall, so maybe she'd be okay. I was gonna call her, and then my niece went on with the story and told me that on Thursday she had a stroke and she had the do not resuscitate in it, so she couldn't really breathe good. She couldn't swallow, so they couldn't feed her. So that was as if she Sunday she didn't make. Um, it's a lot to that because by finding out yesterday, it's kind of hard because even if she couldn't she couldn't have talked. I mean, I could have uh probably I could have probably talked to her a little bit. So uh, so is that part. Um, I figure I try to do this a little bit, get my mind off of it. Some uh, and we all try to get ready for the weekend. I did a lot of this here. See what's here. Let's check this. So we over here because I woke up with some ideas because Dorky put out a really good defense, and and Fetty was in the chat a lot, so he was trying to help me with it. And Fetty had a lot of good ideas. Um, Talked a long time on how to do the attacks, but I will go through like where it kind of went wrong, and then kind of how you might be able to beat it, how to strategize your offense and defense coming into this week. You say even though you didn't get a chance to talk at the end, I'm sure she knew. Uh, yeah, yeah, I know she did. It's like I guess you always have some regrets in there. That's one of them. Just not being able to talk to her, you know, th- last week just to however I could. But I appreciate it though, guys. I appreciate it. So so yeah, let's jump over here. I just kind of show you the text, and I'm gonna jump over to the streams that I did. I'm not gonna like play them. They were like super long. This is how I kind of finished out. I didn't even look at this yet, but so I was here. I had one of the, I think it was against Ashanti. I had one attack where I couldn't clear his room. He just looked like he had a rough week. So guys really put together some defenses. Got Rogers in here. Got Zuma in here. Smoke. I don't know what speed of sound is, but obviously he's rocking it. Shanti he went go, so he's been pulling off some 3-0s lately. Good. Um, the ranking is stacked with a lot of new guys. Dr. Red is really good. Dr. Red Wolf. So he's must have faced some tough stuff. Probably went like 1-2 or something. Baston, you guys know he's good. I think he fell down a bit. OG Diamond Dave. So I don't know what he thinks, but he's usually way up there. So no telling. I didn't really get to see his streams like how his went. Um, let's try to go up to 50. Miss Shores. Try to get an idea what's going on. There goes Dork. He climbed a lot. Um, so let's take a look at Dorky's here. This attack here you can't see it, so that's why I'm gonna go and select the replay. But it's, this hit can probably win much easier. Uh, I think we just have our yo-yos built up too much, so you kind of see it. You'll see how she took in game all the way down to yellow. I did not think that was gonna happen. Fetty was like, "It's probably gonna happen." I was like, "Ah, no, it's not gonna happen." But it did, so it kind of wrecked the counter. Kestrel was off the map, so there's no way to stop Phoenix from coming. But I'm sure guys will run this because Dorky probably had a lot of success with it this weekend, this past weekend. So there's something to think about with this counter here. I think you still need the offense up. You need Iron Patriot or something, one or the other. I don't think you need both. And then I think you take Kestrel, you just drop Yo-Yo. Uh, a point that Fetty was making is you could take um Black Cat so that Mummy doesn't get a revive. I'm sure we'll see this or versions of this. There's a similar version. I'll show you guys that. I think Ashanti ran it. But this would have been a one shot with a much higher score. This is kind of what set things off to just go risky because like there's no way Dorky was gonna, even if we both only dropped 2 rooms, there's no way he's gonna get a score this low. And of course he didn't. So uh you guys, this is pretty basic. Um this worked out really well. So I'll show you guys this counter because my hope was that if this works, I'll keep Mephisto on offense and then try to put Fantastic Four back on defense because there's such a niche offensive team um, that it's just to me it seems like they can be so much better on defense for you. And I'll show you some screenshots too where one of my alliance mates went against a version of it that I'm going to try to run that I think was a problem. So this here definitely can work. I mean, whatever combination you take in, but the key and Fetty brought up, he was like, if you don't clear them, then you need Archangel. So just take Archangel. It's a safety net. Um, if you can take some kind of offense up, all the better. But if you can't, the mistake I made here is I had two bombs. I went for it. I probably should have just tried to get to a second turn the best I could and hope that something happens. Because of course Zug's in here is the threat after scroll. So once you kind of tap in the scroll, if you can do anything to slow down the Zugs, and you can get to a second turn, you probably wipe it out, have a good score. So those two hits were definitely skill issues. It's like you can make it better. Um, I don't know if you guys can see this, but this was a curse. Now I've gone into something like this before, but in room five, man, it's just not possible. So unless you have some kind of strong Professor X F4 type counter, which I don't know if that works or not. I would just say double sack it. I was able to clear with Vigi, so Vigilante can clear it. Probably more Lexman can clear it. Big maybe because Emma's in there. Maybe Starjammers can clear it. So it's just some things to think about that you can clear it. I think I think whatever you do, you hit hard with this first one, with the sack, something that's durable, and then this sack was kind of ideal because you're taking Mysterio, so it just pulled everything that was left to make this where Vigi could work. It wasn't great, but you get the clear, so maybe something a little bit more safe than this, get a higher score. This is just like if you don't have nothing else. More risky. I tried this here, and there's possibilities to it, but I just think for the most part, don't do it. Uh, because if you can't get Blue Marble killed, he's gonna just live and wipe out your team. This more Lexman reminds me of like the I forgot what the original Iron Man team was. They had two turns, they wipe you out. After that, they was out of gas. That's exactly what this is. You get two turns, don't kill them, you're in trouble. So I think for the most part, you can get them to work. I did not think they will work with uh, Captain Britain in there, but of course Blue Marvel, that's a no go. So that one, especially, well, I would think room four as well, but especially in room six. And so I just had to clean up with this, just going with something fast. That's why I didn't use them on five. Um, so Dorky just went in with this. I think this had much more oomph to it because he took in offense up 20% more damage because he went with Blastar's first hit. I think he had three bombs and Iron Patriot with the vulnerable. So, but I don't think in most cases, if they do this, then they do it. But I don't think in most cases, if you strategize your defense a little bit better than what I have here, then I don't think they can afford to take all this into this one counter. So we'll talk about that a bit. Um, this was just another room. I just want to throw this in here, see what would happen with the three. Obviously, nothing. This here is a decent defense, but not in three, and I'll show you why. Because Starjammers they struggle into it in the room too. So you can run this with Odin and make a way for him. But the only room that I've only tried it in two and three. The only room I think they work well in is two. I wouldn't chance them in like five, or I think you're wasting them in four because you get such better teams in there. So just put them in two if you decide to do it. Um, this defense has been doing really well in four. It trips up a lot of guys. I think Dorky was just going what he thought could do it, and he was prepared for. I hadn't heard what he said on this. He was prepared for a loss here, and then go back in. But so far, guys have dropped at least once, sometimes twice on this room. So there's a good way if you have Blue Marvel to use them, but you need Mummy. That's the key. It doesn't really work the same without him because his survivability is just so clutch to this counter not working. And that's usually what happens. They don't get through both of these, so that's why they lose. Um, I was hoping for better results in this. I did not think he'd be able to use this here, so this was a wash. And I thought he'd use him here. So, but he did have Fantastic Four, and that's a key thing. Like if you have him on offense, so he sacked it. Like just the really Mysterio sack, and then Fantastic Four wiped him out. So that is a way to use Fantastic Four. You have him on offense to get that hit in, uh, so that you only have to have one drop. Um, so this one was against Beavis, and I tried these guys here. You know, they had Blue Marvel in here. They were able to get through it, so I was happy for the one shot. It's super risky, but if you got them built, because you see I got three diamonds, but all of them make it work. Hey, what's up, Ashanti? Just trying to get a recap in, man. Get my thoughts on some things that I can do with the day. So I got up and got on Marvel Strike Force. I was listening to Cleaning Agent. I was like, damn, he's quitting the game. And and then I got on the bike and I said, well, I'm gonna stream. And as soon as I sat down, Dorky jumped on. So I watched Dorky. I gotta make like three doctor's appointments. So one of them, I don't remember what my doctor told me yesterday was for. So I had to call them back. And the other one, they keep you on hold forever. So it's like, well, I stream, I'm on hold for 30 minutes or whatever. I set the appointment. And the other one I did set. So it's like, just work on that today. And just kind of go over this because I think we can make a strong defense, keeping a really good offense because it seems to be like a sacrifice to it. Because um, Dorky, not Dorky, Gamer said that he used Doolum's defense, and it was I just saw some of the video. And I happened to jump into his stream right after he lost. I didn't even see how it went, but I can see on his face he was a little disappointed because, but in his video he was saying how the Doolum defense really left him no offense, and that's a struggle, man. So it's like I've tried that plenty of times, and you do run into that. So I've gone back to that, like that 60-40 balance, 60% on offense of your weapons. And that's what I'm going to try to set up here. This N two is still decent with Emma. I always just assume this will work. I think with Emma, this will work. But it's still a question mark because I don't know for sure. The cleanup went so smooth and easy, it just makes it seem like it would. But you may have to go in with something even stronger just to make sure. Not sure. Of course, this is when we're all just doing the Damon one shot on this. Or no, he had Phoenix Force, but same concept. Um, yeah, so when you see this Insidious 6 in here, it's a lot they beat because how the room is set up. So you might just want to just try to use remote weapons there, X-Men there. Yeah, cool, cool. I need to do some adjustments. Hey, you went 3-0 though, man. That's pretty good. What's up, Zastin? You went 3-0, man. So you can't maybe don't make no changes because that defense you have, man. One of my captains, somebody on the chat went against it, and they couldn't clear it either. So it's a hell of a defense. My thing is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Um, the Star Jammer, this I think at this point, Star Jammer is gonna roll that. Um, and so here, I wanted to try this. It's something Fetty said could work. I think it can work in other rooms because he did do it again. It's just in room six, it's not gonna work. They're just too strong in here when they hit you. And so I had to clean up with this. Fortunately, uh, because of room six, because they get all extra health, you can one sack it and clean it with Vigi. So The point I'm thinking here is going some strong, sack it, and then hit it with Vigi. What's up, Walking Eight? Doolin is not committed to MSF. No, he's not, but he still tries to help, man. That's one thing I will say. He tries to help the community. It seems that his recommendations are pretty trolls, and players keep copy pasting it without understanding why you are putting those in the room. This is true. This is true. I think those two things are key because like you got to be committed to the game because there's so much changes, especially now like week to week with all these tunes coming out. So and I'm not trying to talk down on Doolin because he's helped the community a long time, but like if you're not committed to the game, man, you really can't give the best advice because you're 1 foot in, you're 1 foot out. So it is that part. Um, Eva struggled on this. I guess he decided he was just gonna test it, and then he said, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna go with my Blast Star here." He must have had plans for Blast Star somewhere else. He was forced to use them here, but I think this is still like the Blast Star pull. Let me think out of here. So you got that part. Um, so so then yeah, just he kind of went in with the Cabal here, and this is where this defense gets tough. So as you can see, it baits people, so it's a trick. You can't use this here. You see that they would struggle. If it was the first hit, they probably would just not even killed anybody. And then he cleaned up with this. Now, can this go in and one shot it? We'll find out. Somebody might try that. But I don't think. I think he just used the full team because he figured where he's at he could. I don't think you take Moon Knight if you're going to try to do it. Um, his defense still just tricky star jammers doesn't work. Um, this was interesting to me. That's why I threw him on defense. Like, wow, these three clean this up. So it made me think that they had potential on defense, but they got destroyed. And uh, and then here, this was tricky. That's why I like, well, let me still try something like this, or I might try the same thing. Because when I saw this didn't work, I was like, well, let's just roll with it. He tried it again, and this is as far as he got, and so then he cleaned it up with this. And of course, he had basically the mirror, so he just crushed it. Um, he said just what you say here. I feel bad for yeah, indeed, he's asking just taking the piss. Video still getting huge numbers. Yeah, he's the man though. I give him credit. Um, Last star goes to defense because AI will always basic with the tunes and he's on defense. Oh, really? I did not know that. Okay. Huh. Well, that's something. I'm not ready to do that, but that's a thought. Because then maybe that's when Thunderstrike will be like a beast once you get his passive, vicious. So another lesson. This was a similar defense Ashanti did. I don't remember if he ended up getting a taunt or not, but uh the double tap didn't work. I think Phoenix came back. I didn't. I might have been able to time out. I didn't. So there's the drop and just clean it up. Um, this is where City Six could come in handy for something like this. And then of course Archangel. That was a safe play, so that's what I'll be going back to. Even with a scroll in there, I had to figure out what I'm gonna do about the scroll, but that way. Um, yeah, this was Ashanti. So this defense here, man, this is a tough defense, Ashanti. I don't think I'd change it until there is a one shot out. I won't show it because somebody posted it, but there is a one shot out. This is how rumors get started. But Doolin always put him on defense. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm not gonna put the one shot out, Ashanti. We'll maybe during next weekend or something, because I think guys that are running this is like let it filter out on its own. I was like, I'm not gonna put that on the stream because I don't want to come across the wrong way. But it does take quite a bit to counter it. Uh, the guys would have to sacrifice a lot on defense or a strong defense to have that by chance for the counter. which I'm sure to work on something else. I tried this here, learned my lesson. This room is just that tough. So a team like this is gonna have some kind of blinds going out there. It's like, did somebody have blinds? I don't know which one it was that started this off. Maybe it was just the bleeds, but they just got wrecked. And then I've had them left over. So like, let me just here. Uh, Shanti struggled a little bit here, so that's what made me think just keep running this because you have to have a lot of offensive power to this. To this, so you're gonna have to have like Guardian, and we saw Dorky. You did Guardian, Iron Patriot, and APOC to have that enough power just to rip it. Uh, because you can't afford to get hit by in game. If you don't kill him, he's gonna wipe your team out. So that's probably what happened here. Probably again it happened, and then he was able to get it cleaned up with this. This is pretty amazing. He got it cleaned up with this though. Um, like I said, guys, this is really a good team in two. He almost cleared it, but the catch is to have Odin as a healer. And once he started swiping, man, it was just like you can't. This wasn't. They were out of gas at that point. It took a lot to get through Iron Fist. That's why I got him as a strike or a fort here. I have him as a striker just so somebody can hit into the the vulnerables. It seemed to work, so I'll probably run the same setup once again. Similar version, cleaned it up with the Night Stalkers, which that's what I'm saying. They maybe one maybe this does one shot it. We'll see. Um, I don't think Odin needs his charges for this to work. So the main thing is just let him just start spiping. Um, Same concept when I got out, everybody was using this. Uh, this was just a safe way to go with something like this. Um, yeah, he just ripped this up. This was the first day, so I was hoping this would get two drops. He's like, nope, nope. Now he did take Fantastic Four in there, so he attempted a one shot, but of course this made it real easy. and and then he whacked this, which that's what they're for. They're gonna if they're gonna beat it no matter where you put them. But this was made me decide to put them back in four and try to get something else strong here in six. And we'll talk about that too, because there's an Astro team running around out here that could be decent. Um I have one shot this with a curse X, but I would I say guaranteed in room five. Yeah, man, that's I don't know. I would say it's possible. In room four, I would say yeah, go for it. Even though that's a tough room. So we say, Shanti, I can give my feedback here. I was never able to get to Odin. Really pain. Yeah. Yeah, that fucking Iron Fist, man, and that's something that Lance said. He said, because he did it, but I had Iron Fist at 10 at the time. He was like, man, once he gets him to uh to 11, it's gonna be a problem. And I was like, fuck the healer, we're going for it. He's a fucking beast, man. He just you hit him and then he'll heal. Your room one was just poor playing from my side. I can see that. That's how I felt with Dorky. Like this was just uh when he hit it, it's like you could play it better. It's just still a blast star pull no matter how you do it. This is like incredible score though. And I thought about breaking this up and putting Noel somewhere else. And then I thought about putting Scroll somewhere else, but it just made it easier. So if they get it, then that's just what it is because you got to have a blast star pool, so it might as well be here. It could be something else. They might use Mephisto team, but let it be here. So that way, uh, they don't use it on something else that they could have beat and now they can't. That's kind of how I'm looking at it. But let me jump over here. We're gonna jump into the stream. Says this is up. Nope, it's not. You say you also did a ISO bad ISO selection because Blastar wasn't getting to the mind controls. Okay. Okay. I got this on Lance, so this load. This thing just starts moving real slow, man. I think I got oh, I think I got too much saved on my computer too. I was thinking about that. I said, we're gonna see how the stream goes, and I might need to eat some stuff that's like that I just saved and never did delete. Uh, okay, great. Can't see it. Oh, you can't see it. Okay, this is it. This is on the wrong. Oh, maybe it's not. That's not the. That's not it. I had to start using two like Google and Norton, keep the sounds separated for the videos so I don't get copyrights. Um Sing a low. It's really slow. Okay, there we go. Is it this? Yes, it. Okay. All right, there we go. Hopefully this pops up. Jump over here. Uh Changes. All right, so we'll get into this part. Um this was this was me and Fetty. So this was like the vast majority of this is me and Fetty just going over this over and over and over again. It's a lot of analyzing in this that I would say don't overanalyze yourself into a loss. But he gave a lot of good advice, so uh, I don't want to take away from that. Let's see if it's better. It is better. I don't want to take away from that. Um, so I think here is this the first hit. Yeah, so this is the first hit. So no, this is not the first hit. I think I did that other one. Yeah, we'll start with that one. This I think this counter would still work in room six, even though it's kind of a mixture of a team. But it's going to definitely be riskier. So if you see it occur somewhere else, even in room one, I think it's some potential for it to work. But fortunately, they were in room three, so that just made it a lot safer for me. This is one of the reasons I want to keep Mephisto on offense because I had Captain Britain on defense, which I think for right now he stays. Sentry might make for a different concept, which we'll get in that a little bit. But for what I have, and then for guys that don't get Sentry, it's like, of course, you have to have Blue Marvel. This could be a way to go about it. Um, it also works because the curse gets their 50% damage opposed to help. Yeah, yeah. That 50% damage is huge, man. But here we were chatting a bit, and I'm gonna just put it on mute, so no need to go over all that commentary. It was a lot. Um, but I'll show you guys this. So this works. You can go in with Blade, Old Songbird. Shadow King was just for the pings, if nothing else, but he did come in handy at the end there. And this is why I'm showing you this mostly so that because uh a way to counter a curse with a one shot. It was like an average score, but you get that in, and the idea, the trade off on having Mephisto on offense, and then we'll look at how this defense can look without having Mephisto on defense. Okay, so this is did I not hit this yet? I tested. Okay, okay, I did go on this first, so we'll do this one. Um, so this I thought this was the first hit. This is how long the video is. But the whole idea here was just use Damon, add the offense up. The issue is, and Fetty pointed this out, in game is kind of old stats now. Let me go back here. In game is kind of old stats. So compared to what we have out now. So you take this in with Yo-Yo, and she's just hitting so hard. You put yourself in jeopardy that you're gonna get him to hit his passive. So I think you just do this team without Yo-Yo. You get the one shot. You could afford to take Kestrel. You just take somebody else. Um, Either or with Guardian or Iron Patriot. Maybe you take Hellcat just in case somebody lives, so you can get that cleanup. But you definitely don't take her on this one. And that got me to thinking about some of the other rooms that where he can get the double tap in, and you don't actually need her to soften them up. You can have a way to use her some other place, or even I wouldn't say risk on defense, but you could. So you'll see real quick. This yo-yo hit so fucking hard. And this is just a three, purple three on her. Look at that shit. That's just her hitting him. I'm like, yeah, never again. And Fetty called it. I just was like, no way she knocks him this low. I thought she knocked him here, but she took him all the way to the yellow. And so that's that. Barely did Damon hold on. Barely. It was almost over. So, I mean, Damon does his thing. Um, Mummy does come back. No Kestrel, so she comes back. So now you just got to fight it out. Hope for the best. I played it out mostly because, like, well, if this were to happen, we just need to see where it goes because the efficiency for this was gone. The original play here was a safe route with a double sack on room five. But when this efficiency was this bad, I'm like, there's no way Dorky gets like the score I got here on anything. So it was like, you're going to lose. Um, you are better off using Big Time Spider Man, for example. I don't know, man. He might have took her down too because you got to remember he's new stats. That 1 mil damage, man, is so much. Health, on the other hand, can mess up counters. Yeah, man, you got so this was a lesson for me because I did not think they could hit that hard. You get 1,000% more damage, but if you don't take a turn, it won't matter. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you see that end game in there. Damon's gonna take him out, so you don't need Yo-Yo. Just go with him. Try to control their speed if they got somebody in that's gonna do that, and then you're gonna just double tap them. Um, this was Fetty's idea. I was so reluctant. We must have talked an hour just on this attempt here, but it got kind of forced. Like, well, let's just try it because after that last room, it's like I got to try to go for one drop. So the hope was if I drop this, I could clear it and then one shot five, which that was a disaster. You guys will see that part. I'm gonna have to this up because this is probably a lot of talking before we get to it. It didn't look bad. The problem is all of us that have blue marble right now, we got them at seven red, so it's just they don't have enough. Maybe at a five diamond or five diamond somewhere, but he could just take the hit. And this is him at seven red. It's like all this shit is temporary because they're gonna give us diamonds on them, and then it's gonna be like all over. A lot of the stuff we're using is gonna have no hope. But went in. Fetty was leading the way on this. I think I followed all his instructions on this, and it just still this blue marble, man. So it's something about room four. If you can make a defense with him, the thought I would try is Sentry, but since he's gonna be so small, I'd be afraid to do it because then Damon could come in and maybe just wipe them out. So the not getting 100% crit with Illuminati still keeps him kind of safe. Um, let's see here. But yeah, so when the oak goes, just open a prayer. Didn't do it, and then you guys can imagine how the rest of this plays out. But it just let it run. And this is room six, so he's just got that 50% more health. So maybe what they just talking about could work in another room if you see him somewhere else, if you want to risk it. But at this point, it's all about Jean. He took her out first. So Storm nowhere near gonna have the power. We know Beast is not gonna do anything. So it's just like, well, play it out. I think I might even put it on auto. I don't remember. At this point, it's like, oh boy. The safest play is just do a curse, and you got a chance at least one shot in it. Um, so here, I don't think I showed this. No, I didn't show this. I've done this before, I think on the same comp, but with this room five, it's impossible. X in here is going to get this thing started, and then you're downhill. I guess Mephisto gets it started because you get bleeds out there. Maybe with a null type counter, maybe you could try to one shot this, but this this is not going to work. Now, there was a part in here where Fetty was like, if I'd hit Azazel into Shaw, maybe it'd change over to X. I kept on null, so it didn't. You guys can judge for that, but I would definitely not recommend doing this. Just double sack it. See, my Helverine got taken out so fast. That's the danger. She can get blinded, and then they target Helverine. Um, it only started working when I got Helverine to three diamonds, and it was like, okay, off to races. So I think it's his next hit. He was like, to go. Well, because it's a delay, so he told me, after I'd already gone. But and maybe he did say hitting him there. I don't remember, but I think he was. This is the hit. He was like hitting the Shaw. Yeah, but yeah, this is it because then it would have changed over to X and Might would have had a chance. There's still three of them there. She would have got her ult, so you just never know. Um, but of course it didn't. So X goes, wiped it out. So you judge for yourself if you want to try that. It does look like it's a possibility, even if you lose Helverine, that you get it done. But that's another tough defense. I put on the same level as what Ashanti's over there running. Just be honest with you, I mean, it could be even more dangerous because it's room five, and then you still have uh your Blue Marvel somewhere else. It's like, whoa. So yeah, this is the going into as a curse. So I like definitely gonna try it now to see if it could work. And my thought is because you probably need Songbird, Blade, and Oath, whether you do a Captain Britain or Mephisto. If you're gonna put your Fantastic Four on defense, then you need these three on offense. Don't put them both on defense, then you might get stuck. But this does work. It gets a little sketchy. Uh, it works in three. Let's say that. No real way to say with these room rules how well they're doing the other one, especially one and six. But could still be worth a try. I mean, it's such a mixture. Six could be a disaster. Um, they're gonna hit back with 50% more damage, and then they're low. So if they hit you in room one, then you got the same problem. But it went pretty smoothly for the most part. I think Dork could probably keep him on defense. He's gonna just put him somewhere else. Like if he'd have flip flopped this and put this in six and Blue Marvel in four, I have no idea if this works. We say Ashanti. I trust room four more just because I like the soda refills of the fast rooms restaurants that I receive from the rules because the specials of all of them are so impactful. It's true. I mean, so the thing is From what we've seen so far, I like Blue Marvel and Room 4 the most. So if you're gonna have Blue Marvel in there, I would say put them in 4 as well. Plus, with your defense, what it opens up is the New Mutants to be in 5. So that's something I'm thinking about as well. Like when that time comes, we get New Mutants. It's like if you do want to turtle up, you put that in 4. You got New Mutants in 5. It's like, damn, what the hell are they gonna do? So it'll be a real tough defense with still a decent amount of offense. I think the catch is instead of having Mephisto on defense, since you have Mephisto be on defense here, you'd have your Captain Britain if you saw a curse somewhere, and then you'd have a hero team going into here, which might be able to counter a curse in 6. Because I can see guys doing that. Like if you had like a little bit, you had the hell I got on here. If you had your team here, mutants, New Mutants here, and a curse there, that's a lot. So I think you'd have to have a hero version going, and that be the switch. So I do have your defense in mind at that time. Put them in 4. Let's go over here. So this was definitely a misplay in here. I was like, fucking, let me just try with 2 bombs. But he was like, no, no, just basic one more time. He probably was on the right call. Um, because I went into this, and then at that point, I had forgot I had him in here and not like a guardian. So that's why I was like, yeah, you might want to save guardian and go with your blast star, and then have your Iron Patriot go into that hit. Like if you want to do something to the Phoenix Force, because I didn't have to use, and then I could have had APOC in here too. That might have changed it, but I didn't have to have the Cabal team take that other room out, which probably I don't know. I don't know who could better in here. But it's just after the fact stuff to make you kind of look at how you want to bounce off your teams and how you go about your attacks. Because I just see the defense is getting tougher. Dork is gonna have Sentry, so I don't expect him to have the same defense. He'll probably do something else. There could be some same. It'd probably just only be one room different, but that could change up 2 rooms for all we know. I think a lot of guys will still run this because, uh, for the most part, because he has success with it. So I'm just throwing this as a way to say, hey, this is a way to come across this, and then we'll look at like Ashanti, and we'll look at like Beavis, because like I said with Ashanti, I think it's just a double tap in there at room 4. Can strategize to clear it. You gotta look at what's gonna be strong enough to get through it. It'll take a minute. I'm not going. Yeah. So this was the debate right here. He was like, he was talking to me like, look, one more basic, go over there to the Zugs. I'm like, no, no, I can do it. And this was in my mind, I had, uh, it maybe still wouldn't have done it, but in my mind, I had Guardian in here. So it was lost track. Fuck was going on. I take Guardian in there so much. But he was recommending Shaw just in case, you get hit, they go on the Shaw. Which, I guess if you're going for the second turn, you might want that. But I definitely could have dropped Pav or Archangel here. Maybe it would have worked out. The hell it didn't go. So he's off to the races. It's a done deal. Maybe I should have just targeted him. I don't know who I targeted. Maybe it could have. But this turned into a disaster. It was pretty terrible. They say if you don't pair Sentry with Mephisto, he would just die to Damon Scott. This is true. That's the same way I feel about Blue Marvel. You got to put Blue Marvel with Mephisto, or he's gonna just die to Damon. So maybe the 2 of them go in there, the 3 of them go in there together, and we'll talk about it more because he's only gonna be yellows. How we get him, but we got to put him in the game somehow. So we'll see. Yeah, that Damon makes it real hard setting up your defense. You gotta super like overinvest team. You don't want him to just come in and just destroy. But it's doable. I mean, maybe you just put in Phoenix Force with him. Let's see what that turns out to be. So yeah, so this is just the last of it. We'll stop it here. I'm gonna jump back over to the other. I don't think anything else really mattered. Something about after that. Here we go. All right, so right here, till we get centered, I can put some ideas into it. And I don't know, you guys know when Cannonball comes out? Say 100%. Yeah, definitely, man. That Blue Marvel, you keep with Mephisto. I think you got a chance of whatever you build. Or unfortunately, Illuminati. You got to put them with one or the other because Damon's gonna wipe them otherwise. But yeah, that's a good point. Sentry, you put him in here with Blue Marvel and Mephisto. You just need two other tunes. What you gonna? We're not here. Here, you just need two other tunes. We're gonna do. Uh, I know this is just gonna get wrecked. This could be Damon. This could probably be Blue Mar. Well, I don't know if Last Star beats this, but he probably still does. I figure I keep this in here, put this back in two until we get something different. I just threw this in here as a way to say, hey, come get it with your whatever. And then this still be a drop. This could be tricky to somebody to get a drop because maybe they hadn't gone into it yet. This team here is what I think Ubone went into it. He sacked it, and then he went in with more Lex. Man, he said he did not take a turn. I said, holy shit. Now, I didn't ask him if he cleared it because I can't remember what happened there. But this is an idea until we get New Mutants. So if we do get New Mutants, I don't know until we get was this Warlock until we get him. I don't know if you put them in five without him. So my thought is you put them in six. Maybe they do okay with Old Man Logan. Maybe it's a better fifth. I just threw him in there just for discussion until I didn't mean to make him a skirm. Uh, till we get like some ideas flowing around. So let me throw this out here. Be talking points, but I would throw them in there because they'll probably just be he'll probably just be five and she's five. So you give him the extra help to see what they could do. But also possible Monday early. Cannonball will be out. Oh shit! If he coming out Friday, this defense don't work. I say the other concept. Somebody was running an Astro team in here. Maybe I just throw them in there because this is not solid. And then we should have Sentry on Thursday, or we have Sentry on Friday. I can't remember how long that battle world lasts. So there's that part. The wait a minute. The what's not this week? Cannonball? Or are you talking about because Battle World starts in a little bit, right? So I just I just don't remember if this is 2 days or Cannonball. Cannonball is not this week. Oh damn. Okay. Who's this week? They're not bringing out any new tune this week. I looked at the blog. I didn't see it. That's what I was asking because but I looked through it and I said, well, damn, I don't see when he's coming out. So who does anybody come out this week or nobody comes out this week? Because the talk was, I guess, because they feel like we get Century this week. Is that what it is? It's 14 days between each tune. Is it? Okay. Yeah, Century for some, right? Century comes out this week. Oh, what's up, Dave? Right, 8 to 10 days between 8 days will be Saturday, which we never get on Saturday. That's true. So it had to be right. We never get on Saturday, so it'd be 10 days at least. Okay, that makes sense. And so yeah, then I had to plan it for Century. So then what you're talking about, Ashanti, is the move. Um, unfortunately, unfortunately, I don't know the other two would be right now. And then I'll show you guys this some of the screenshots for this room five and this room six. But we're gonna just tear this down and I was just wishful thinking, but my brain is kind of all over the place right now, man. I was like, oh shit, whatever. Let's get in here and try to get my thoughts straight. We'll trash this one. So we're gonna trash this because this is not gonna work out. I will have Mummy, so it worked. The defense I saw work with Mummy, so we're gonna trash this because we're gonna just put Illuminati on offense. Well, for now, maybe I will do the three piece in there, another room. We'll go with Mephisto because I think save a spot for Sentry, like over here. Then it's off commercial. Oh, it's back. Okay. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Phoenix Force, could they work in here? Maybe this will be the move. I've seen Betty playing around with some concepts of Phoenix Force in here with Blue Marvel, or at least Omega. So maybe this till some can think about somebody else could go in there. Uh, you're a smart player nowadays. You came a long way and attained a lot of game. Now, Dave is definitely a smart player, man. Fair enough. You say my sensation is just that we get every release every 2 weeks. Yeah, 8 to 10 days makes sense because we got to get them in before New Year's. Both of them. I think we get it's supposed to be 4 years. I still don't know shit about shit, but I ain't the same level. Same here. Same here. Walking Head. I've learned some shit over time. You learn a little bit more each time. Guys like Fetty, yeah, he knows a lot, so it's great to get knowledge from him. He jumps in now a little bit more, so that helps. Hopefully King She come back. He's got a lot of knowledge too. But I'm getting yeah, it's good to get on your own. Yeah, that's how I felt too. Like yes, just make some mistakes on your own, get it on your own. You say, Dave, yeah, I forgot that I restarted streaming to get help with CC. And saying to think how that was back then. Now I can't even look at chat. Yeah. Yeah, Dave, man, you was putting out some real counters and so you were coming up with shit for a minute. I was like, God damn, go to Dave. Everything's right there. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll contemplate this for maybe these two go in here. I gotta, we'll test it out and see what that look like when we get Century. This could work, and maybe just go back to that straight that same old heartless naughty defense. Just throw that in there for now, cause that could be something. All right. Get Heartless. Oh, but you know what? It'd be somebody else because I think we need Heartless in that other one. So we'll throw that like that for a minute. Because this is the other defense that that somebody had to use a Mephisto counter on it. I like, holy shit, no way. Now maybe I was talking to Trey. Trey was saying you could probably just it was Vigilante in Mephisto. He's like, you probably just use Vigilante on it. But I'm like, well, why not? Just throw it in here. It might trip somebody up. What the fuck? Wait, sure it's probably something like this. So this room, they took something in this that was decent and couldn't beat it. I like, holy shit. You say, haha, walking hate. I remember the old days. Yeah, man. we were all, this is when Jex ruled. Everybody was going to Jex and trying to get the counters. And then that back then, Juicy was killing folks. But I would say they taught us too much. So then we started catching up. Cause somewhere along the line, Dorky just took over. It was like, damn, Dorky coming up with all kind of shit. Doolem used to have a lot going on back then too. So the game, I guess, evolves. People learn. Yeah, this defense here, I think he was still a striker. We'll take a look and see at the screenshot. He was definitely a Raider. And this is just was like amazing shit. So it's like I'm gonna try it because like why not um try this? I usually don't like having both Emmas on defense, but this might be the time to try that. And then like, who to put in here? Huh? He could go in there just for the nah, but he's not well. Yeah, maybe he does because if they come in with more Lexmen, they wouldn't be able to have safeguard. Maybe I just throw him in there for now. I mean, this gets cleared. I'm just trying to look at how can the efficiency be low. They could use something else. Uh, but some of these other tunes, I think I want to save for offense for the most part. Oh, and this whole thing, guys, this whole defense is to try to have like APOC on offense, um, Star Jammers, and a Cursed. That's the whole concept. Is like try to have them on offense so that you don't fall into some of this stuff here. I guess what happens is now I have Nightcrawler and Old Man Logan on offense. So this could be might need Iron Patriot, so I guess can't put a ball in there. That's really that's really what this is about. Let's make some decent defenses. Bank on rooms 4 and 5. Maybe the other ones end up doing kind of well. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go with this. So we got that there. We say Ashanti. You say I don't like this room 6 times. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna well. So maybe we come up with something else. I'm gonna show you the screenshot though. It's gonna kind of shock you. And I think somebody ran it, but they were talking to me about it. Might even been Trey. Somebody ran this, and they said it did good. Looks like a waste of MX. She's too much better in other comps. She definitely is. uh, I personally learned so much more from the people who don't make content. Yeah, yeah, I can see that. Uh, yeah, I did it on my own for a long time. These kits are crazy now, though. Yeah, man, it's like I try to look at the kids as much as possible, man. When I'm streaming, I do attacks because there's so much to keep up with, and then you guys can really remember kids like Fetty. He come in and tell you shit, what to do where. But I'm gonna show you this one real quick, um, Ashanti, and you tell me because with Fantastic Four on defense, there and so Emma was you gotta need Sentry somewhere. I mean, Sentry could go over here, but with what? Because then Damon can come in and knock this out. I think he's got to go over here. I don't know the other two because once you got Sentry in here, what other two you put in here? Because you can't put them over here. I saw this room in 6. It did not do well. Much better keep them over in one. So let me see. I'll try to show you the screenshots. Let's go here. See if this thing catches up. Yeah, I did it on my own for a long time. Yeah, yeah, walking. So that's what I was thinking too. Like when I was with Up Dogs Alliance, when he was still had his alliance going, I was learning a lot from him. But I was learning a lot from Pat. I was learning a lot from Zero. Those old days. And then it was like I'm gonna have to start trying this on my own because what was happening is I was noticing they were putting like three channels together, and those guys was walking through everybody. So I would sit there and listen. Like I had to start trying to do these acts on my own, and that started helping taking losses or not. Of course, that's when counter sheets was out, so get counters help you here, help you there, and then I was trying to put out some counters too, so you get all that mixture going. The funny thing is, the game has evolved so much now. A counter sheet is almost like useless. You just have to. I mean, there's some value in it, but you really just have to just think, try to figure out how you're going to come up with new stuff. Um, just looking at what you're going against, because we have so much to offer. Like when I look at the war counter sheet that's up, man, that thing is so long. A lot of times I try to find the attack and somebody else has already hit the room because it takes so long to get through it. What is it? So definitely you could always double sack this in Vigilante. Um, I try to label it the guys that did it when I see their hits. I throw it in here so I remember who. But here it is. This is Storm Team. Storm Team did this one, and he was like, he went in with F4. Now maybe his opponent went in with F4, so maybe this is not the right move. But and maybe he did not need Mephisto. So that's what I'm saying. You guys make the call and you tell me what you think. You say you have a record of every fight I've done since season six. I know that's right. I started doing this I think a couple seasons back, and just saving the screenshots has been a big help for me. Um, so I don't know, Sandra. It might be the right call. Don't put her in here. You need a strong heroes team. I don't know what that is. I mean, you could always try. I think they lose. You could always try like City of Six in there. So I don't really know what else could go in there. But what you guys thoughts? Did he need Mephisto here, or is that just a safety net? You think Vigilante just takes this? I mean, you could have put a curse in there. That's a lot on defense. I guess you could put Star Jammers in there. Once again, those two teams come in so handy. You got Fantastic Four on defense. That's a lot to put on defense when you put them in there too. Must be going back to last season. Sure. Okay, so yeah, Shanti, I'm not sure, and this could be nothing. It may don't need to go in there. Like, take a look at what I have left over if I do this. If I were to do like my curse. Let's just say a curse went in there. See, you can see how my offense is falling apart here. I don't think I have any offense if I were to do this. But like this will probably be like a serious turtle defense. It's just like what kind of offense do you have left? So I think almost none. they're gone. Uh, they're selective on what they take. Still have this, have them, different ways I could use these guys. I'd have them, I'd have her. Yeah, I just don't think it's enough offense. Like when you put that, when you put them on defense with what I have on defense already, it's not enough. Maybe a Nightcrawler, old man Logan team could go in there, just make them use something. But this still probably just gets more X Men on it. Well, I don't know. Maybe they don't use more X Men there. I don't know. We'll see. We'll come. Well, let's just do this. So, well, I don't know. So then, if this were the defense, I guess you'd have to go about it looking at sacks. Uh, that's what Trey said. Trey is like, Vigilante gonna take that. Oh no, J Ro just reminded me I have to release the VOD. Yeah, get your videos out, man. Because a lot of times when y'all do put it up, that's a chance for me to watch it. Because I'm pretty sure everybody else, but because I'm at work a lot of times. Uh, when I get home, it's something I could just pop on. That's a part of why I feel I stopped keeping track. Yeah, I get that too. I don't know, man. F4 doesn't look like the correct choice. I'll show you that too. Astral stats are already thick. I will use them somewhere else. What's going on, J Ro? Oh no, J. Yeah, pretty sure Viz takes that. Yeah, they probably take it, man. You release trial one. What's up, Sean? Sean Van Helsing, or maybe Cabal can't. That's true. Cabal. Well, no, because then they don't get the health. So, but that's true. It could be something to go in there. Um, say, Morgan, hey, I am. Oh damn. Oh, I am. Say it'll cut out the CC so peeps don't have to watch the whole video. Yeah, I did that with a video too, trying to learn how to edit just to a highlight. So I'm gonna try to start doing that a little bit more. Um, yeah. So let's see. Say Ashanti, that was true cinema link. When it's out, I'll comment and subscribe. So, uh, yeah. I mean, this is Super Turtle. I'd be scared to try this, man. I wouldn't know where to start because if you have them in here, they are hard to counter. But for somebody being crafty, they could single sack this and then come in with Vigilante. That will work because Vigilante has so much health. It won't be pretty, but they could get it done. Um, I'm gonna show you guys. If you tell me what you think, this looked pretty rough. Uh, maybe there's another concept with X, but I think you'd have to have Noel in there. Otherwise, too, I mean, I just don't know how you don't get Damon to one shot this. Uh, if you don't have Emma in here, which he can offset it with Emma, and that might be a way to get it done. But otherwise, it seemed like it because that one sack that Ubone did, it didn't work. No idea what this would be like. That'd be untested, but maybe it could work. We know how this kind of goes. This could trip somebody up, but it could be a one shot. Um, so we'd have to see how that would play out. And then of course, same thing with Blue Marvel. They don't go into this right. That could trip somebody up. I don't know. I don't know if this is worth it right here to put this on defense. You said walking here, you think about that too, getting back on YouTube. I do need to do something different with music, so it's just not me screaming. Oh, your music selection is good, man. I used to do decent numbers on YouTube my day. I just lost the taste for it. I'm getting, yeah, man. YouTube is tricky, man. I just kind of just throw this up because what what kind of has happened? You got to be very instructional. Like the guys that's really seem like they're taking off on YouTube. They do a lot of instructional videos, and so um, if you're a content creator, I think you could really hang in there. But if you're not, you have to find a niche. Like Ray still has his niche because he does that free to play approach. He doesn't put out as many videos. So if you and then I think Gideon is a he is an envoy. So you gotta get a niche on how you're gonna take an approach to the game where you're gonna teach guys about the game. Um, Otherwise, it seems like YouTube, like Din Man took off because he's willing to spin and he'll show guys different tunes to take into what he like getting Blue Marvel or something. So that's a niche where you can really get in and show guys different ways of the work. But it's kind of hard if if you're not taking one of those approaches to really get YouTube to take off. What you say, J. Roll? I'm a sucker for good CC content on YouTube. I know that's right. I keep it simple. Little to no time goes into the vid. Don't make a dime on it. That's right. I know that's right. But I enjoy the interaction, get out of it. Yeah, yeah, that's true. I mean, cause like CC, like if you're going into CC, like I like it the way you do it, J. Roll, cause like if you keep the video short, cause I was thinking about that too. Like just start getting back into editing, cut this down. Um, and then just like do a 15-minute video, just slice it up where it's just the battles. Cause I was doing something like that, and the videos were better. I was just doing replays. But I think guys like the commentary and the just kind of how you're analyzing, you're doing your strategy. That part I think makes the video strong. So like if you got that, I think that's always a way for us. If you like CC the most, you get in there, you could do that. Because we see we most of the part most of the time we see different things, especially like where you're. I don't even where are you now? You see different things in CC, so it's just for a way for guys to see different things, especially guys that are newer to the game. Like, oh damn, that could work. Oh shit, you're at number 10. So yeah, so where you're at, for example, like where you're at in the game here gives guys a whole different look and take on how to learn the game. And then say like, I know Dorky hit 60. We'll just go with Dorky. Or Dorky hit 61. So his take being around 50 is a different look. And then say like, I'm at the bottom. I'm somewhere at the bottom of the 100. Um, so I'm at 93. So that's a different look. All in the 100. So each bracket, like if you look at it in quartiles, there'd be different strategies, and then guys is in the 150, guys is in the 250, guys in the 500. So like wherever you put your videos out, because even guys in the thousand, it gives a different perspective on how to go about it, because the offense and defense is built differently. Like somebody was talking about one of the guys went in, I think it was Fetty. He was talking about how a guy had like 150, 143 mil collection power and finished number one because he had built so lean. And so the new guys coming up, they can really figure out how to build lean. If they're spending, they're real strategic with it, and they can get up in the ranks. So it's different ways. But one thing I will say for sure, I think all diamond leagues are tough, and it's a different way to go about each time you rise up to a different league. And it's different at the bottom of diamond one and then at the top of diamond one. So as you're working your way through, you have to make changes because those guys in diamond one that you're facing at the top really are diamond two. So then you have to start strategizing how you're going to get into diamond two. And then once you're in, then you got to strategize again how you can get through diamond two. Now at the top of diamond two, you find guys in diamond three, or not diamond three, masters three. Um, you said I always made a plan first, then had to start and execute it. So I didn't have in the planning stage and be so long. Yeah, it gets longer though, man. The planning stage gets longer. I do miss the car video. It was just me and my tablet fighting for my life in Crucible. Yeah, yeah, I remember we first got started, man. You was taking off. Your numbers was blowing up. But like I said, the whole YouTube thing has evolved, man. It's such on such a higher level now. It's kind of hard. 'Cause we have experience on Twitch, not worse, better, just different. Yeah, I got into the Twitch too, man, because it's a little bit more relaxing and not editing so much because it can take hours to edit. And then it's like if if you don't have something guys are really learning from, see, Doolem said something once that was really key. He said he stopped putting his counters on the counter sheet because guys would just watch the video for the counter sheet. And I said, damn. And so when I started looking at that, like I can show you guys some of my old numbers. I was like, damn, this is just from the counter sheet. I do all this work, get on the counter sheet, but they just look at the counter. And and it was so much time getting put into some of those videos just for the editing. It's like, yeah, it's not worth doing it that way. Um, let me say, Walking Eight. If I set up right on Twitch, then I can just highlight the VOD and export it to YouTube. Yeah, I got to learn how to highlight better. We say, J Ro, I stopped uploading the counter sheet so much. It is a lot of time, man. It's a lot of time uh, to put your video up, to put the your time slots in there, and then have it so guys can go right to the video. But what Doolin was saying made the most sense because, like, but they're really not watching your video for your video, all that time put into it. And then because you're streaming, it really takes time away from your stream. Because, like, I'll rewatch your stream, not looking for the counter, because I don't know if you had one up in a while, but anybody, even, Walking Hate, you go back and you watch their stream, and then you can see what's going on, especially Dave, because Dave was real good for that. Dave was doing a lot of breakdowns too. But you go in and you just watch the stream. It's like, okay, I get something from this, I get something from that. But now you're putting time into the guy's stream. Or if he uploads the video the same way, like I've noticed that ZKG is uploading his videos, and a lot of them are they're just uploads. But he'll get more time out of the video, even if you're fast forwarding to another part. So that's kind of what I started looking at. Like, yeah, I gotta change that. But I don't know if Shanti's still here. This let's see if I can get over this. Yeah, I just don't know what you put in six. Like New Mutants, they could work there at least with Cannonball. You could make something. I just don't think you have nothing with just the three. And I think it's the same thing that you've been seeing if you put them in there. They're mixed. I thought they were all heroes. That'd have been great. We're gonna keep him on offense. It comes down to them. Um, I just think the way they get beat, if you can't find a way for them to take a turn so they actually hit back, then you have a problem. They're fragile. I don't think there's any way to make them go faster. Yeah, but they can still use a hero team on them. Yeah, they're gonna just get beat the same way. Starjammers will be the trade off, but I mean that's a lot on defense not to have Starjammers and a curse because you got at least two rooms clear with them. Then you got all this crap down here. So that's why I was thinking of them. But if your call is the same thing as Trey, like his lane just wrecks this, then it's like, hey, whatever, man. I don't think you can afford to put them on defense because you need if you don't have Fantastic Four on offense, you're gonna need these two. You could always throw them in there. I think they just get beat the same way. Maybe a hero version with them in there is better in six, and then you just try something else in three. Because I mean, because you could most likely have a throwaway team. Yes, maybe that's more the move. So we'll see. Try that. We say Santi still here. Like, cool. I'm not in love with the room six, to be honest. I love four and five more. Yeah, four and five is the ones I'm banking on. These are hopeful. Let's put these guys over here for now. Maybe they're better in there because basically 50% more health. They're closer to in-game stats. Well, I guess he is already close to in-game stats anyway, but well, maybe he's not. But they get close to like the in-game type stats. So maybe that makes them a bit tougher. And then into something else to go in here. I mean, you can't put Orcus in here. That's naming food. I mean, I guess you could still see. The thing is, if you go with Undying in here, right? What Dorky did made sense because of Scroll. But if you don't have something like that to go with them, I don't know what else you got. So, but if you take Scroll out of here, this turns into nothing. You have to try to build something else around in game. So then you might as well take Noel out of there. It's kind of hard to make a strong team unless you have Noel with a tank and Gore, so you can speed them up. So then that's how you end up keeping these four together because you could put them somewhere else. But I mean, you're gonna have a throwaway team. Probably is this. So I mean, you could try like a Black Widow in here. That might mix it up some. As for what she could bring to it. Yeah, just keep skirmish. It wouldn't matter. Guess she could be two though. Wait. So I mean, they're just gonna be slow. We said Shanti, whenever I watch Dave or DNA Vibes, I question myself, what the heck do they have on defense? Yeah. The one that don't have nothing on defense is Lance. He does come up with like a one room, but Lance is like your full offense. I haven't seen DNA in a while. I just figured the level he's on is so far to reach where I've been going. But I do need to catch up on his videos. Uh, Dave is more of a defense guy. DNA is all yeah. DNA I can see him being more full offense. Him and Lance, boy, they like to put up those scores. I don't know, man. Maybe this could work. Let's see. So I don't want to go there. It's kind of, I mean, it's not as good as with scroll in there, but it's kind of a similar concept because the one you want to get to take off is Zugs, so they'd have to shut down his speed or her from going, so that if they're taking Damon in there, I guess they could blast start. It's still kind of the same thing, even though they're way faster. You get Hori in there, but it's just kind of a throwaway. I don't know that we're gonna use her anywhere. And she came in handy. There was a something I had to do with a blast star where I used her and like Yo Yo because they were both fast. Maybe somebody else did that too. I can't remember what it was now. So that's the only way I can see her coming in handy. But aside from that, it's probably like no point. 168. I mean, that's decent. I don't know what else you do here, and just hope they live through the hit. Because if they don't shut down the speed, then maybe there's a chance that I guess they don't have to go on him. Maybe it's just on heroes. There's a chance that he can get a chance to go, but you need him to go. So I don't know. Let's see. This is um yeah, I don't know what else he would do with this. Yeah, so maybe this. We'll see. Uh, it leaves a decent amount of offense. I got all these team saving here I was playing around with, but oh, there they go. Oh, that just set it on D. So let me. All right, so you get this. I guess you keep her there. She's a one and done anyway. So that's an attempt at one shotting. Uh, where does he go in the corner? That's an attempt at one shot in the accursed. Um, I'm not gonna get him. I'm falling short on that. I was hoping to get his damn passive. It's not gonna happen. Show you guys where I'm at with that. All right, so who else could go in here? Time could definitely go. Another option. Oh, just so I can remember, right? Let me put Archangel Ass in there. All right, we'll save that. Then, all right, we'll go to APOC. Throw him in there. Okay. Um. Oh, that's one, two, three, four, five, six. That's an option. Seven, eight, nine. There's a lot of offense. I'm just scared to put a curse in there if so let's take a look at this again. Yeah, because then I could go back to the Mercs. Maybe it's enough. Actually, though. Raider, Raider, Raider. They'll work on something. Always blend him up. So maybe one, two, three, four, five. Shit out of here too. I just saved that. Yeah, just save that. So Ben had this in there. Like all my throwing them in the dark dimension looks. Let's keep that. Okay, I don't know. We'll see. We say Walking Eight. Damon. Damon is always a guarantee. Sometimes you can't find something for him to kill. So here's the thing, like, and that's why I was gonna go back over defense. I think this season you can, because you can probably Damon most Phoenix Force teams you're gonna see. Unless they got like a Mephisto in there, you could Damon a lot of those. Like even that room one I have, you if you could find a way to control that scroll, you could Damon that. So, but the flip side too is you're gonna have to have diamonds on your Damon. It's gonna make it hard, man, if you don't. But okay, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. It's a lot of teams, man. I could get through some shit. So maybe I try it because this just doesn't look like it's gonna turn into anything. Fuck around just Damon that shit. As long as they stop her, I don't know. So like, if you guys were going this with Damon, who would you use? Would you because you'd have if you had Emma X or if you had Emma, you could just take one of them, and then this is Damon all over again. As Dorky said it might be you might be at the stage where Curses goes on defense. I don't know if they're I don't know if they're better in here. On death, offense up. On death, apply trauma. They're not going to kill anybody. I mean, where do you think a curse is more deadly? In six or in three? Now, if I was to go with this, the thing about them in here is you can't single sack this. They're not killing anybody. So maybe you just make them as strong as you can. Maybe there's a better fifth. Maybe this is the room for them. Because then you have to contend with this. This changes up the dynamics where I'm not going to probably one shot everything, but get a feel for the drops. Then you got to rethink about where you're going to use where. I don't know what you put in here. You can't put a villain in there. I mean, is Mummy better than Black Knight? Or do you put both in there? Mummy could be available for a Damon team. He'd speed him up. Whereas in the city, well, Illuminati, is Illuminati beating anything? I think you're keeping City of Six on offense. Probably got to be Black Knight. I mean, Quasar could go in there, but I think it just makes it. He doesn't stop anything for more Lexmen. Say Damon is always okay. Hey, what's going on, Sean Van Helsing? Trying to think if there's a fifth hero that could afford to go in here because I got one Emma on defense, so new Emma would be offense. I don't think Quasar helps this. The first thing on my mind is if they can use more Lexmen here, they just wipe it. That's why I'm thinking of him in there. Maybe he just goes there for the sake of trying to keep them stronger. I guess Heartless could go back in there, but that's the same thing. Well, maybe it's not. Heartless don't always die. He doesn't. He'd have more health. Maybe he don't die. Maybe brings him back. Like if Heartless is in here and the more Lexman goes, what is his health? He'd have 50% more health. So Huh. So, dude looks like with a healer. 50% from 14 mil, he'd be like 21 mil health. Maybe Storm doesn't get through him. Brings people back. I mean, they'll win. Maybe there's a chance he brings them back. But wait a minute. Uh, Ares is a villain. I can't put him in there no way. Oh, I was thinking Ares is a hero. So, what else was I thinking? Oh, Quasar. See, I don't think he'd be like 21 mil health. Just immunity. So you guys remember the turn order? So when Illuminati goes, so say it's 'cause I think the most common counter I've seen, if it's not like Starjammers or cursed into this, Illuminati without Captain Britain is probably a more Lexman. When Jean and Storm go, so does immunity would immunity stop Storm's uh would it stop her slow and her stun? Or does somebody still get stunned? Because otherwise he's probably more handy on offense. Um Maybe it's just Heartless goes in there. Yeah, because he wouldn't be able to go in there. Or is there another hero that could actually do something with this? I guess you just keep him a striker. It's just not gonna matter. Yeah. I don't know if that will matter. I don't know, maybe this. I mean, I know this is still kind of a throwaway, but I guess the hope would just be Strange lives. He'd be 21 mil health. Maybe she doesn't get through him. Maybe he has a chance to bring two back, drag it out a little bit longer. Great to just have enough bio gear just for the luxury of Black Bolt. Go up to 20 Black Bolt. Huh. I have enough? Well, I don't even have enough. I haven't spent that much. You're gonna let's say striker, just some more shit come around. Oh, it ain't even enough in there. I guess it'd be enough by Friday, but he could just stay striker. I spent on either him or somebody to take him up to four, wipe me out. I guess it don't matter. They're not hitting with more damage. Try to see if they live. Well, I appreciate you guys hanging out. I just wanted to kind of get my thoughts back in a good place. You guys helped with that a lot. I really appreciate it. Trying to make use out of this day. Uh, I think the bio is in like a terrible place. Yeah, I have nothing. Oh wow. Whew. I guess these are deals. Wait a minute. Why is that even there? Isn't this Mystic? Looking at is he Mystic? Why did I think his bio? Is he Mystic? I mean, it's Cosmic Bio. Why is this deal? Oh, just for this. Oh, I see. It's a mismatch. I guess that makes sense. Because this one is low. I guess that makes sense. I can see that. Get both of those. Yeah, that would make sense. I can see why guys would do that. They're they're closer. Yeah, they got this thing. They got this thing real strange. We said Shanti, thanks for stream. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, man. Always cool to hear your thoughts on CC. Yeah, man, you need to get on some more too. Share your thoughts because you coming up with some good stuff. The background black music is also very cool. Yeah, man, that's the old school. I try to mix it up some, but I got a YouTube is just algorithmy for this, so most of this pops up more than anything. It's like 90s, 2000s. I try to mix it up some. I'm gonna see who's on. Cause Dorky said he's gonna put. Did Dorky put out his video? It would not be that one. It'd be this one. Let's see. I would like to see what Dorky did with his video. Let me see if he put that up. So he put together probably a whole thing on. Yeah, let's see what he got to say real quick. He put together a whole thing on, I guess, the week. Can I click it? Oh, you know what? Yeah. So let's see what's going on with it. I'm gonna jump off here. Then we'll lay down for a minute and then try to get on some other stuff. Okay, there we go. It's not playing. All right, let's see. You sound black, so I love it. I mean, just, I don't that old music, man. I think everybody's falling in love with it because Walking Hate plays it probably more than I do. Oh yeah, this thing. I think I just have too much stuff on my computer, man. The only way I can get some of this stuff to play is I had to go in and delete this browsing history. and sometimes it'll come back, it'll play.
How's it going, everybody? We got some hot Crucible action for you today up against Old Timey. We were in the third trial. I didn't record trials 1 or 2. First one got messy. I was kind of raging out after doing the Thunderstrike raid and seeing how, well, I did just put out a 40-minute video. It's one of my thoughts Thunderstrike raids. You can go check out that. But yeah, I was not in the right mindset to do Crucible, but needed to get it done. We got our butts kicked, so shout out to Smoke. That's the second time in a row. Kicked our butts. Then we went up against Luma. We were a little bit more level-headed this time, so we ended up getting through this. He had a very similar defense to the one I was suggesting, but some good substitutions. I did like safety burn attacks here. I wasn't trying to be here or nothing like that, so we did some good stuff on this one, and that leads us to Old Timey, who I believe is still creating content, and his defense is nice and unique, for sure unique, which I like. I think I might struggle with every single one of these attacks. And it might stem from me having a little bit too much on defense. But we'll see if he struggles at all in his side there. So let's go ahead. Let's jump into this. We'll start with this Annihilator node in stage 1. Stage 1 is, in my opinion, a huge mess with the Raiders doing Raider stuff. So we're going to do our best to see if we can't get vulnerables on the table. That is to say, with Iron Patriot, Guardian, and Apocalypse all increasing our damage, can't Gohori's first basic attack drop the Gladiator below 50% life?
So, guys, this theory crafting right here is like on point. We all know Dorky does that, but this was, I wouldn't have thought to use all this. But this just made for an incredible score. He was even worse mindset for war. Kind of learning, he burns out too. Yeah, man. But he puts out a lot of videos.
If that happens,
I think he's full time.
Then we're going to be in a really good position here, but we're going to have to wait and see. That's pretty decent damage. We didn't flip the defense, though, so that's not going to happen. And now my big problem is, if I were to go for it, it's not going to actually... he's not going to survive. If I do it now, it's not like I'll be able to blast or hit into him and get 2 vulnerables back-to-back to give my blaster a bunch of speed, because that person will just be dead at that point, so that's not great. Can't rewind Blastar, so we'll take that all day. Not below 50% life yet. Oh, that mind control. You know what? We got Apocalypse. We got 3. We got offense up. Fuck it. Let's go.
3, okay.
Null is definitely dead, but is that endgame Thanos dead? Oh, they're all dead. All right, yeah, let's go. That mind control from Null. Damn, actually, him, the Super Skrull targeting Blastar, won me that. Because the Null assist gave darkness. Blastar said, "Let me basic you for a second, brother Apocalypse," and then he did his whole
that's
helicopter.
Something to think about. That's something to think about. Maybe
gave darkness. Blastar said, "Let me targeting Blastar won me that." Because the null assist gave darkness. Blastar said, "Let me basic you for a second, brother Apocalypse," and then he did his whole helicopter. That's got a different meaning when you're in the bedroom, but he did his helicopter, and it was a really good thing this time. So it was good. I mean, it's not normally a good thing when you do the helicopter. You get a couple laughs here and there, but it's normally not leading to something super fun. All right, we're going to try Vigilante here. I don't know if this is going to work. I could definitely just come in with like a Daemon team here and get the double tap off of Sunspot, but I wanted to see how this will go. Black Widow gives speed up. That's the trick here, right? Black Widow's going to give speed up to some people. I'm not sure who, which is why I think with Vigilante, they do have some perma kills, does the enemy team. I don't think they're going to kill me in time. And there's not enough of them to stop the taunt from Daredevil here. They need at least 1 more member. So I figured that we're just going to tank this, and then Silver Sable him like you're going to pop off, and we're off to the races at that point.
Yeah, not enough damage.
We'll wait and see. So we did get speed up on Sunspot and on Magic. There you go. Damn, dude, Magic smacks. All right, Black Widow actually going really late in the match here. Interesting. And can Hitmonkey stun this guy? Oh, yeah. Okay, this is a win.
All over.
This is actually going to be a pretty convincing win, too, at that. So this is going to be a big heal. Plus the cleanse. Well, I guess they have trauma, so no cleanse there. Yeah, very convincing win, actually. You always got to see, like, hey, is there something Vigilante can win here?
Yeah.
Always got to keep an eye out for that Vigilante team. All right, moving on.
I know that in order to turn people, vampire.
I think now we start to get pretty sketchy, or maybe even wasteful. Probably wasteful is the better word. We're gonna try and hit this guy right here with just straight Starjammers,
I didn't get to see
which may
this.
be a bad idea. Maybe I should go do the other match first, because I could figure this match out with Old Man Logan, who I don't have assigned anywhere. So maybe we'll come over here first. So what I wanted to do is I want to have Vulture with 2 superior members. That's gonna take the speed up off of them. It's not gonna give them slow because the 3 Illuminati. We have Black Cat stopping the taunt from the Living Mummy, which means Black Panther Shuri is going to go first. I believe we have immunity on Spawn. Actually, a coin flip between her and Spider-Man, right? No pre-taunt, so I'd be able to ability block if I get to go first. Then I would have to deal with Blue Marvel Black Cat, which could be annoying. And we're just going to fight. But my thing here is that I do think I have ways, if I, like, depending how coin flips go, I have ways where I can potentially get Odin an assist before his turn so that he can use his special. And if that happens, I do think Odin solos Blue Marvel. But, I mean, I could definitely be wrong there. All right, we do get to go first. We're going to ability block here. Yeah, we're definitely going to ability block here. All right, that's good. All right. So now between Blue Marvel and Black Cat, who's going first? Nice, so I can actually stun here. Does this take charges off? Clears 1 charge on each target. I just don't know if he's going to survive. I cannot turn me to rewind in here. I can stun Trauma. I can stun Trauma to Hank right now, so Safeguard isn't a thing. Or I can maybe go over here and maybe even get the kill, so that assists are a thing. But let's play it safe. We'll stun here. We cannot stun Blue Marvel, obviously, or that's exactly what I would do. We actually hit her twice. Oh, man, if I targeted her, maybe I could have got a bunch of hits on her. Oh, Green Goblin died. That's not what I wanted. I'll tell you right now. All right, we're going to basic. And now the hope is we at least kill Black Panther Shuri. So I could come in now and I can have villains with speed up on spawn. That would be a thing. Can I put slow now that there's only 2 of them? I can put slow now that there's only 2 of them. And assists are back on the table. So we got this win now, I think. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe Odin actually will lose steam here. Oh, God, he's got so much speed stat. Actually, no, yeah, we lose this. Definitely going to special to give myself damage reduction here. But Blue Marvel is going to pump. Oh, he's pumping. He's pumping. Oh, no, we don't survive this. Jesus Christ, how big is that living mummy? All right, look, it could have definitely gone better. It definitely could have gone better. So we still got to do with the pre-taunt, but that Blue Marvel's got no more abilities. So, like, I think a Daemon group can come in here and finish that up. Definitely an Old Man Logan team could come in here and do this. So we're going to move on from that.
So those hurt.
Hopefully we're only going to have 2 losses then. We're going to have to wait and see. We're going to start by hitting this Immortals Odin team with Starjammers. So we lose our speed stat, but we still get speed bar.
Make me think about Rune 2,
I don't know how this is going to go. I really don't. Damn, man, if Starjammers get beat by Immortals at this point, that's spooky. But I know Old Timey, he's a clever guy, so maybe he's knows something I don't. Especially the fact that there's a safeguard on the spawn, so there's no way we get off that taunt. Uh-oh.
Yeah, not in
And we can't do any rewinds here, so what's my hope here? I should have basicked to make sure Lalander got offense up, so that was my mistake here. For sure mistake. We don't have offense up on the Lander now.
It's over. You got through.
If we can kill the Lady Bullseye, then at least Odin will not get assisted. Or can I kill here? I don't have offense up. He's gonna get his charges. Can I kill through Odin charges? I'll try and kill through Odin charges. So what I'm doing is I'm killing Lady Bullseye because I know I'll kill her with this. Yeah, I don't think I would have killed Odin. So at the very least, no battlefield effect is currently in effect here. I do think we lose this though. Pretty sure. Yeah, pretty sure we lose this. But we will leave it with Odin having no charges, so I guess it's not okay. He's about to attack. He's so fast. Yeah. Damn, eh? I just don't think I can kill through the charges is what's going through my head right now. Let's see if we can at least do some damage here. Okay. Basic would give me offense up. We don't have like turn meter rounds. We have clear positive effects.
This is too easy.
And I am a striker. All right.
Ooh, look at my spore guy.
Oh, that's good damage.
Better than.
Hey, maybe I spoke too soon. Maybe Lilandra's got this.
Yes.
Oh, never mind. Rocket's got this. All right, cool. That scared the shit out of me. Okay, cool. Damn, dude. Could I have brought like an Apocalypse or an Ares there so I could have actually got to Yoden? Probably. We probably could have got rid of Rocket there. Would have lost a little bit of speed bar, but it wouldn't have been the end of the world. That was spooky. Hey, not more spooky than this one, actually. This one's not much better. I hate this team. I absolutely positively hate Phoenix Force. And guy was really smart. Put in his Emma X here, so I can't just like Fantastic Four it. So good on him there.
He wiped this off.
We'll see how this goes. So can't stun, can stun, can't. She's the one that can stun. All right, but it matters. I didn't get vulnerables on who I wanted to get them on, but let's try and kill the old man Logan. Worst case scenario, it'll be a cleanup. I mean, that would be a really bad case scenario, though, mind you. All right, old man Logan dead.
Look at that.
Can't spread the stun. Kind of just want the damage, so let's just go for damage over here. Cool. Pull everybody in. Do I care if Juggernaut takes a turn? I don't know if I care or not if Juggernaut takes a turn. Let's just... Oh, I did not want to do that. Okay, so we're doing the pause method, and we're hoping my internet doesn't cut out. My internet has been cutting out a lot today. Did Phoenix die? Phoenix did not die yet. Phoenix dies to this.
Oh, commercial.
Yeah, we didn't get a perma kill on the old man on the Omega Red, unfortunately. All right, she's dead. At least I think she's dead. She flew off. If she's not, she still has a striker attack she'd have to come back into, so I guess we're pausing for 3 minutes. Edit. All right, and we're back. Shout out to, I don't know, what is this, an exploit? I don't even know at this point what this is. Shout out to the Phoenix Force team having such a weird gimmick that this is what we end up doing to it. All right, so she did die. We take a little bit of damage, and that's it. All right, cool. So that's a win. That's a weird way to spell win, but that is a win. Now we have the Professor X team, which is going to be a 2-tap, and then we got to clean the blue marble. I don't know if my opponent would have lost that much to me, honestly, but we'll have to wait and see. So we're going to start by hitting it with Mysterio and friends. The end friends die to the Fantastic Four people. We don't want Nightcrawler to get a turn, is what we're doing here. Is that right? We don't want Nightcrawler to get a turn. I don't have Quasar, and I'm not hitting this with Immortals. Maybe I'm making a mistake here. I don't know. I'm probably making a mistake here, but you know, F it, we ball, let's go. We'll see. I mean, hopefully I don't have to do 3 attacks on this. I don't know if I could muster 3 attacks, but we're gonna pull some of the Fantastic Four abilities, most particularly the Invisible Woman and Franklin Ultimates, and then we should die. Why wouldn't it let me go to ×3 during that animation? It's weird. Yeah, no, we definitely don't want.
Here it is.
We definitely don't want Nightcrawler starting with his ultimate. Well, because if he starts with his ultimate, that gives Professor X speed up, and then we die. We don't want that. We are gonna have to deal with a Nightcrawler special though, since I'm not hitting this with Immortals. I didn't think that through, and I don't have Quasar, which I normally do in this situation. So that's not good. We're gonna be eating a stun on somebody. I could bring Yo-Yo instead. I have to bring these 3. I could do Yo-Yo Daemon instead here. Problem is they're both gonna hit into Franklin, and I need Franklin to pull this off. And I don't really want to use Yo-Yo if not with Daemon, because I'm gonna need that combo later. Oh, yikes. Well, let's just roll the dice to see what happens. Could go really, 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 really bad. Really bad. But that's the way she goes, I guess. Kind of messed up my teams. Let's get lucky.
That's on defense. This
I mean, him resisting, that's pretty damn lucky.
His score with 2 drops is like super high.
All right, now we got some basics we're going to have to deal with. All right, I did make Franklin a striker in this case, because I wanted him to have the highest damage, so that it wasn't her getting hit twice. Anyway, let's get these off of you, Mr. Reed.
Wow.
No matter what, I want to
at
make
that.
sure I do kill at least one of
That's
them.
a
Okay, yeah, so
four
she's
diamond
dead for
suit. She
sure.
just has no.
No vulnerable here is rough. Oh, please don't die to bleeds. Okay, thank God. Yeah, no vulnerable here is really rough. I guess let's just hope that our Johnny wins the coin flip. Otherwise, we're in a bad spot for sure.
She was out of there.
Oh, he did win the coin flip. Okay, so that should be a kill. All right, and now we got it. Okay, I mean, like, did we deserve this win? No, but fuck it, I'll take it. You're not gonna stop me, buddy. Actually, is Reed gonna kill me here? Uh-oh.
You say, Trayvon,
He
you
came
say,
real close to it. He
Star
came awfully
damage,
close
man,
to us. Good, nice
assist.
little heal going. Songbird goes
precise,
before
but probably
Franklin here,
correct
so
call, dude.
she'll rewind him.
yeah. That team is just tougher.
Or
than
not.
in
Oh, he got
D2,
turn bar
man.
because
I seen
Professor
it
X was
before I get
dead
off here.
before Reed did his thing. So he got, I think it's a 4%
screenshot,
turn bar or
but I can
something.
show you
We
this.
still won that. Good. So one burn, one clean, and now we got to go clean up that Solo Blue
that might be the
Marble,
only room to
which
really
is...
use them in. I was
Jeez,
testing it out.
I mean,
at
he
3.
still has Living Mummy.
I thought if somebody died, it
Three
might
diamond
make a
Living Mummy.
difference.
Damn, I didn't know
But
old
it
time you
didn't.
had it like that. He will be turn bar rewindable. He'll be stunnable after his first turn.
Yeah, I took money in to get Blue Marble. That's why I invested.
Do I do Hellcat here? I'm
so
not
he
worried. She's
pays
just
off
gonna get
long
one shot.
term.
Old Man Logan will get speed bar. That'll be good.
It's a super kill.
Yeah, that'll be good. We could get speed up on spawn. We can't stun this guy. Revives work great here. We don't have Cabal. That'd have been really cool, actually. Emma doesn't work. We're not two tapping that guy. He's too lively. We know the Night Stalkers get speed stat as well. This is actually kind of rough, not gonna lie. Kind of rough, even though he's using basics. That's insane. Just his basics doing the max damage is nuts. I mean, like, I guess we'll just do Elsa here instead of Old Man Logan. Instead of Yo-Yo. I like the offense down, though. Although, does he take it off right before his turn? I don't know. Let's just go. Let's see what happens. Try to take Crucible a little less seriously lately, since there's no, like, real rewards to care about. Try to take it a little bit less seriously. Blood pressure gonna go so high, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's sharp.
Forged in the spirit of exploration, this is legacy.
Gotta work that up before Christmas too. Alright, let's go for the special. I'll stun him. It's pretty cool. No double tap happening there. It's not happening. Holy shit, there is a double tap happening. Wait, what? That's crazy.
Marvel's
Doctor Strange about to pop off. Oh, Old Man Logan assist. Damn, that's crazy though. Oh, never mind. What the fuck is that heal? Can I heal for 9 billion% of my life too? That'd be great. Here, we're gonna basic to take out the Living Mummy. Homie, can I heal for 90% of my life every turn? Even when it's not my turn, it's a fucking enemy turn? What is happening?
Blue Marble is a fucking monster.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Homie had
man. It's gonna be
exhaust
interesting when
and
in
was
room-
healing for
in room
60% of his
4.
life on turn.
That
But
team
Blue
got
Marble
this
is not
kinda
going to be as
killed.
impactful as Odin
think
or
he
as
might
Professor X,
Davis,
guys.
he went
Miss me
through
with that lie. Oh my God, was that ever a lie? I think we lost like 49, 396, not bad. Old timey struggled.
Yeah.
48, 562. Let's see what he lost to.
Do
This
not take
pisses me
Yo-Yo.
off. This pisses me the fuck off right now. I'm so mad right now. He one-shot my Phoenix Force team with a fucking Daemon Guardian Doctor Strange. Oh, he double-tapped my Living Mummy, and that killed everybody. Or this guy still got a turn,
Yeah, you got it.
but enough people died that Daemon had speed bar. We'll go back and watch that, but that pisses me off. Yeah, my full Thunderbolts died. No shit. My Curse got one-tapped by this? Why is everyone else's Curse so much better than mine all the time? Like, it's not even a size difference. It's just, I get smashed all the time. Why is that? My Undying team picked up a win against the Blastar.
Sure did.
Now that's tilting.
Yep.
It's not a good Blastar team, but that's still tilting to have happened. And then cleaned up.
That's our team.
My Professor X Mephisto team did pick up 2 wins. He couldn't kill Mephisto here, so Mephisto's still doing his thing. And then Orcus for another attack, and then Vigilante for the cleanup. All right, makes sense. And then my Blue Marvel also got it. So he's actually, wait. Oh, he had 2 more losses than me. The Undying was unfortunate. But this Mephisto with Professor X, this is what got me the win. Cool.
Yeah.
And then the Blue Marvel. This is, what the fuck? He did so good here.
Just give credit to Fetty.
I gotta watch some of these. We gotta watch some of these because this is too much. I don't believe
Credit to
this.
Fetty. That was nice. That was a nice shot, Fetty. All right, guys. Y'all really helped me get in a good place, man. I really do appreciate it. I'm gonna see who might be on. Let's see here. See, old man Logan debuffs were kind of counterproductive. Yeah, they were. Did Jugs go from hit? So, yeah, man, Jugs just wiped him out, man. It's like Fetty made the call. He said, put in your Archangel. That was the move. I didn't. Where am I at? I didn't. So there's that. Oh, let me show you this attack real quick. Fetty was there. He watched the last stream. We had at least 2 hours of just going back and forth on what could work, what can work. Fetty, just try it. But it was worth trying because at the end of the day, hopefully I get another remaster Dorky at some point. But at the end of the day, what Fetty pointed out was that that more Lexmen did have a chance. They're just not quite strong enough. This team in 3 is they're just not the move. It is a good team. I mean, I think if you got them at 5, you can pull it off. You got to have them at 5 red, or it's not gonna work. I was able to get her to diamonds. I forgot what I spent extra at the end before they even gave away her shards. So I wanted to try this out, but I recently got them to 6 before this happened, so that was cool. They had some kind of deals. I went and got them. But in 2, oh, wait a minute. Where are they? But in 2, no, in 3. Wait. So I think this was a fluke. I'm not quite sure. We'd have to watch this. Oh, I see. He didn't. He tried. Yeah, that's why I tried again in 3. I thought they might be better. He didn't try Star Jammers here. So these 2 didn't work, but they don't work in 2. So it was 1. In room 1, and this is Ashanti. So Ashanti's really good. So this team is just stronger in 1. You have such a hard time getting through Iron Fist, so you have a chance for Odin to actually take off. And that's what happened if I could have showed you guys. I mean, he lasted just long enough after his special to start swiping. I think you do need healer on him. And then it's like, whoa. I actually had Striker on him, so I'm going to put him back as Striker because maybe that was the difference. Because I thought Fort was the answer. So I'm going to just change that so I don't forget. And then we're going to jump up out of here. But yeah, I got them back in 2. So we'll just recap this. This is still a strong room. What he did was just really pretty amazing. I don't think most guys are gonna think to use that trio, which was APOC. If they see this video, they will. APOC, Iron Patriot, and Guardian. That was a lot. That kind of changes things if you use all 3 of them here. But I don't know that you need them anywhere else. So, because you're not gonna use Cabal on any of this. I don't know if you're gonna use APOC anywhere. And then so the only thing I could think of is I don't know where they're gonna use Damon. This could be Damon, so he might want Iron Patriot here or Guardian here. We'll see if this can be Damon or not. I don't know. That's the place where I think he might use them. Be unfortunate if it does, but I gotta try it because I don't have a way to stretch these 2 in different rooms other than this. But the normal sack here and then coming in with a Morlexman doesn't work. Morlexman just gets wiped. and that was U-Bone giving it a shot, and it's just like, yeah, don't do that. So this will be the defense. I'm gonna go with Dorky start. Well, on kill, they don't come back. So on thought here, because if somebody does live, if they don't go, then they're gonna wipe out whatever they take in there. That Mephisto just makes a huge difference. If I see it, I will try it with Captain Britain just to see, because you got to sack it with something, and the rest of those could probably go to that, because you're talking about Kingpin, Songbird, Blade, and Oath, and we'll see if they could pull it off. And it's just a throwaway, hoping that the extra health keeps Strange alive, maybe brings it back, draws down efficiency. So that's the defense. Like I said, guys, appreciate you because you really put me in a better place. I go around and try to get a little bit done here. Where is my Twitch? What is my okay. And we'll see who's streaming. Strike Force. Okay, so Jesus, who is SS Badger? I don't know who that is, but we'll send you guys to him. He's got a lot of followers, and I don't know if I've ever watched him. The name seems familiar. And you guys, if you can I add into the chat here? Like I can't. Then if his drops going on, you guys can get that. Okay, he's not talking, so we'll see what
Go
happens.
with the wild villain.
There he is.
So. Time the game. You're a streamer, weren't you? You did a little lurk. Oh my god, raid as well. Jesus. Cheers for the raid, bro.